So guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's topic is routing, right? So today we are just going to discuss about static routing, and in my future videos you are going to get videos related to RIP, RIP version 2, EIGRP, OSPF. So we will be covering all these routing protocol and we will be doing the routing, right? For some of you who are not aware about this routing, so basically when we do the routing is, let's say we are having two different sites and both the sites are connected with a different router, right? And that is a different network for you, right? So if you want to communicate to your different network which is at a different location and which is connected to a different router altogether, so in those case we need to do the routing, right? So today we are just going to see how we can perform this static routing, right? So we will be covering the rest of the topics in my upcoming videos. So let us start. So let me just open my packet tracer, then I will show you how we can perform this static routing. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take two routers here. This is router 1 and this is router 2. So let us assume that this is my Delhi location, right? And this is my Bangalore location. Right? So this is Delhi and this is Bangalore. Now we are just going to take two switches also, like one switch for Delhi and the other switch for my other location. I just need to connect it to my switch, and at the lower side, let us say we are having two machines. We are just taking two machines, but in the actual scenario there might be a number of machines which you may have. So let me just connect it to my switch. Same for this also, right? I'm going to perform the same activity here also, like this, and I'm just going to take two more PCs here, and I'm going to connect this automatic cable again. Right? Fine. So let me just take this network as my class C network 2.1, or let's say 2.1, okay, and this one I'm going to take it as skin, let's say this is 5.1, right? Let me connect the cable between the router as well. So the cable is also connected. So on each interface of router we will be having a different network that we already know. So here we are just going to assign an IP address here. Let's say 10.0.0.1, and the other side we are just going to take second IP. So the facing router should have the same IP series. It cannot be different, right? It can be different, but in this practical we are just going to go with this same IP only. So at one side I have just taken 10.0.0.1 and at the other side I am just taking 10.0.0.2, right? So this is the scenario. Let me just assign the IP address to my devices also. Let's say 2.2. This is the IP address for this device, right? And I'm just going to take 2.3 for this device, right? And similarly I'm just going to take 5.2 and 5.3. Let me just put it into the machine also, because we have not set it yet. 2.2 and the gateway would be 2.1, which we are just going to assign it to our router, right? So I'm just going to assign the IP address to my second device, 2.3. 2.1 is the gateway. So this is also done. Let me come to my Bangalore network. Here I am just going to assign the IP to my AND devices. So for this device I am just going to take it as 5.2 and my gateway would be 5.1, which I am just going to assign it to this interface, this router interface FA0/0, right? Let me just configure this one also. 192.168.5.3, 192.168.5.1, right? So IPs are assigned. So let me assign the IP to my router and also. So we have to give 10.0.0.1 at my FA0/1 interface, as you can see in the diagram. This is, so I'll enable this, configure terminal interface FA0/1, right? IP address 10.0.0.1 and the subnet mask for this class A IP would be 255.0.0.0. Enter, no shut, right? Let me write the configuration also, and I have one more interface which is connected to the same router, that is FA0/0, where we have to assign the IP address as 192.168.2.1, and that is going to act as a gateway for my AND devices. So let me just go to this FA0/0 also, right? IP address 1. So subnet mask for this class C would be this, and no shut, right? So this is going in the upstate. Now let me just save the configuration also. Configuration is also saved. Let me just go to the other side. So here we have to do the same configuration here also. Enable, configure terminal. Let me just make it more clear, right? Interface FA0/1, IP address 10.0.0.2, right? 255.0.0.0. This is going to be the subnet mask for this class A IP address, and no shut. As you can see that port is into the upstate, because both the interface are in the up and running condition, right? So we have one more interface with this Bangalore router, that is FA0/0, where we have to set the IP address as 192.168.5.1, and that is going to act as a gateway for my end devices, right? So let me just go to this interface, FA0/0 IP address 192.168.5.1, and this is going to be the subnet mask for my class C IP address. No shut, do right. So my configuration is done. I have assigned the IP address to my end devices also, and I have assigned the IP address to my router side also, right? If I will try to ping from my Delhi location, from let's say this PC to this PC, so the communication will not happen. I will just show you. I'm just trying to ping from 192.168.2.2 to 5.2. As you can see this, we are getting this error message, destination host unreachable. So why we are getting this error messages? Because router is not having the information about this 192.168.5.5 network, right? So if I'll run the same, if I'll take you in the simulation mode, and if I'll run the command, then you will come to know that your request is not going beyond this router. So once you send the request for this particular IP address, so this request should go to this router, and then this router is going to forward the request to this PC, but which will not happen because we have not enabled the routing yet. So let me just open the simulation mode, and I'm just going to do the same activity. Then you will see that your packet is going up to this router only. So that is what the ping is not happening. So let me just ping it again. This is the IP. As you can see, this packet has been generated here. Let me just play this. You see this? So the packet is going to the router, and then router should have that information about that network. See this? Router is denying, so it will take that packet back to the machine, right? So we are going to perform the routing here, then we will see how we can ping from one network to the another network, right? So now what we have to do, if I take you to this Delhi location router, and if I run this command, right, do show IP route, this command I have executed. So what you can see is this router is only aware about 10 network 10.0.0.0, and it is only aware about 192.168.2.0, which is this network. So this router is not aware about this particular address 5 network, right, 192.168.5.1. Same thing is for this other router also. If I take you in the other router, Bangalore router, and if I run the same command, so as you can see, this Bangalore router is only aware about 192.168.5.0 network and 10.0.0.0 network, right? So both the routers are not aware about that network, right? The network which is connected to Delhi location, this router is not aware about, and the network which is connected to the Bangalore location, so Delhi router is not aware about, right? So what we have to do, we have to do the routing. So when we talk about routing, so there are multiple ways of doing the routing. So today we are just going to discuss about the static routing, right? In the upcoming lectures, I will be like showing you how we can perform the other routing. How can we use the other routing protocol like RIP version 2, EIGRP, OSPF, right? All those routing protocol we will be discussing in the further lectures also. But for today it is going to be the static routing. Now what we are going to do, we are just going to my Delhi location, and I am just going to tell about the network which is available at my Bangalore location. So how we are going to do it, just have a look. So I am on my Delhi router. We can give the name to our router also. So that it would be understandable to you. So this is my Delhi router. Same thing I'm just going it in my Bangalore router also. Sorry guys. So the same thing I'm going to in my Bangalore router also. Right. So names has been assigned. Right now it would be like very much clear to you. Now I am into my Delhi router, right? So I am going to write this command IP route, and I am just going to tell this router about this network, phi network, right? 192.168.5.0. Now here one more important thing is to be noted here is we are not going to tell our router about the IP address of the devices and devices, because we may have different devices. So what we are going to do, we are just going to tell our router about the network. So we are just going into this 192.168.5.0. So whatever devices we will be having under this network will be able to communicate to each other, right? IP route, we are just going to give the subnet also, and we have to tell the address from where it is going to the different network, right? So in networking terms we call it as the hop. What would be the like hop, like from where it is going to get the address, because as you can see this there are two routers connected, Delhi and Bangalore. So Delhi is not aware about this network, but Delhi is aware about this particular network, right? So if we talk about this particular address is already understandable by this router. But so what we are going to do, once this router will get any request related to this particular address, so it is going to contact this particular port, this particular IP, right? So here we are just going to give this IP address 10.0.0.2, right? If I run the same command, as you can see this, now this router is aware about this 5 network also, and you can see this S stands for static, right? Let me just save the configuration. Fine. If I will take you into the Bangalore router, and if I write the same command, as you can see this router is still not aware about the 192.168.2.0 network, right? So we have to do the same thing, IP route, right? And similarly we have to give this IP address, because Bangalore router is going to contact this particular IP to contact this 2 network, right? 10.0.0.1, right? So if I run the same command to show IP route, so we are able to see this network here 5.0 and 2.0, right? So let me just try to ping from this device to this device. One second. As you can see this communication has started happening, we are able to ping it successfully. And if I open the simulation mode for you for your better understanding, because previously I have shown you that once we were trying to ping from 192.168.2.2 to 192.168.5.2, so my packet was going up till this particular router, because this router was not having information about this network. So that is what the packet was getting dropped and it was coming back to that machine, right? So let me just open the simulation mode, and I am just going to perform the same activity now, then it would be more clear to you. So I am just going to ping the same machine again, right? So let me just put it there, or let me just put it here. Let me just ping it from here, right? 5.2. As you can see, this packet has been generated. Earlier it was going up till here only. Let me just play this for you. So packet has reached up till switch. Now it will move to the router, then it should take the packet to the second router. See this, and it will drop it here. See this, it is taking that packet back to the same machine, because you know that in the TCP IP network we always get the reply from the device. You will see that the packet will go to the same machine again, and it will show the status as OK, right? I think this is more clear to you now. So guys, if you have any kind of doubt related to the previous videos which I have already shared, just let me know. You can just put it down in the comment section. I'm just going to read those comments, and if you want me to create any video on any other topic, then please let me know, and I'll be coming up with more and more videos related to such interesting topics. Till then, bye bye, good night, and thanks for watching my video. Thank you.